Hello friends and welcome to Chatterfax Games. Today I'm playing Disco Elysium, and the reason I'm playing Disco Elysium is because whenever I've been looking up good mystery games online, I've been Googling and searching because I've been searching for something to scratch that itch ever since I played Return of the Obra Dinn. That was prior to starting this channel. This one keeps popping up as an excellent mystery game. I hope that it is focused on making those logical deductions and putting the pieces together yourself. That's where I find a lot of detective type games actually fall a little bit short. They're more interested in the story than in letting you solve the mystery, but we'll see how this one goes. In either case, I know almost nothing about this game. I know it's supposed to be in the style of a dark noir mystery, and I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it. Let's hop into it. Select an archetype. Thinker, extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. Sensitive, very psychological, a magnetic personality but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body. Gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Or create your own character. Plus encyclopedia, plus inland empire, plus hand-eye coordination. So, is this more of an RPG than I thought? Interesting. Yeah, so I think I'll go with the Thinker. I tend to be not great with people and like trivia. I wouldn't say I'm extremely intelligent, but... yeah, so 5 intelligence, 1 psych, 2 physique, 4 motorics, and each of these have skills associated with them. This is like Dungeons and Dragons. Interesting. Is the game going to be making rolls on these skills? If so, it's very Dungeons and Dragons, and I love it already. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown. R.S. Thomas. Well, let's begin.
There is nothing. Only warm, primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Ancient reptilian brain. So that's my subconscious speaking, or an aspect of my subconscious? Good, I don't have to do anything.
Ever. Never, ever.
So my options are never ever ever, or simply keep non-existing. Never ever ever?
Never ever ever, baby.
Yeah, baby. Simply.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
This is a very specific aspect of non-existence to not be within non-existence. Ooh. This is great. Give me some more. What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
So, limbic system is online. No, I wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Well, I can't turn down a good Alonzi. Alonzi never let me go.
Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough.
A return trip to the Silence, please. Let's visit Ancient Zero Home. Look, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit? This was not what I was expecting when I loaded up this game.
Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir?
Don't stop, keep singing, sing me the song of death. Wait, no, I need to belittle myself instead.
Do you really?
Don't be naive, of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends. I do, let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Wait, I did this to myself?
Yes, your one disco mother.
Tell me what's waiting for me.
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is the ball?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
How small are the apes?
Infinitesimally small.
And this duking it out I keep hearing about. What's that?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
That sounds like something I would like to do. Let's go.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it. Please no, I changed my mind, take me back to the formless disembodied nothing. I'm going to say, help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own
A
mouth?
fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage.
A Caprice Kanema motor carriage. Succeeded, medium, 10. Yeah, so it does look like we're making rolls on skills here for Encyclopedia. Yeah, so this is very Dungeons and Dragons. Awesome. So there's the sound of a Caprice Kanema motor carriage outside. Open your eyes. Well, this is fun. buddy. Oh good, he's wearing underwear. He's not completely nude. Oh wow. His profile picture in the bottom left, not great. Pants? Yeah, let's do pants. Take all. Item gained, flare cut trousers. Hold tab to highlight, so that's all the interactable objects. Okay. That a shirt. Disco ass blazer +1 a spirit decor. Disco ass blazer. Okay, take it all. Alright, there's a indicator here.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Fish them
It
out.
says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Okay. So am I at the Whirling and Rags then? If that's my keys. There... Stuff here. White satin search. +1 conceptualization, -1 to suggestion. Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liquors. Alright, so I think I'm mostly fully dressed now. There's a door. Apparently locked.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no.
So conceptualization gave us some idea, and then logic said no. That's funny.
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? Nothing?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe the mirror.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
There are some really amazing metaphors in this, in the writing. I'm sorry, touchy nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay. Touch your tongue.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Wipe the mirror now.
Behold.
Ew. What a face. And I see my profile has updated. Yeah, what a face to get a close-up on, and behold,
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late stage alcoholic. Dear Lord, help me. What is
Whatever
this?
it is, at least it's dead now. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face?
I'm not making it. The face is making it
Please stop.
itself.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
By the way, if you're just listening to this video in the background, this voice is the mirror talking to me, apparently. Superstardom, God, I don't know, it's indescribable. I'm insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off, too, in a sad has-been kind of way. There is some charm to it. I think it's supposed to look suggestive. I'm afraid it's meant for the ladies. God, I don't know, it's indescribable. How about vaguely
That
sympathetic?
might have been 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
58% chance on this check. Encyclopedia, dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
Disco happened.
For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million.
Guillaume le Million.
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
That was a drama check.
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
So I adopted it. Why?
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
How long ago was the new?
Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Anything else? Like who I am? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice canema.
I guess that's it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
So this just popped up. Temporary research bonus, -1 logic head in the clouds. So interesting. So internalize. Gives me a -1 to logic. I'm not sure I want that. Research time, 4 hours, 30 minutes. Oh. I'll internalize it and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so that is giving me a -1. I'm gonna stop. I don't want that -1. Yep. So basically being distracted by Guillaume Le Million. Alright, so electrochemistry, this is a 3% chance of success. Attempt to stop the expression from happening. I could get +2 from knowing the origin, which I already did. Yep.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Alright, let the mirror be for now. Alright. Well, good information about the world from the mirror, or about myself. What do we have? There's something over here by the window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Visual calculus, easy, assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Okay. Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did
More
this then?
likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Assess the
It is
size.
too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
Good to know.
Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Maybe it wasn't me.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it? This person also forced the drinks on you.
Okay, so it was probably me. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. That's quite a combative response to thinking maybe I need to get a shoe. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I should go and get that shoe.
A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
All right. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Find your other shoe, so that's my task. So I don't have anything held, glasses, neck, gloves, shoes. I don't have anything held, hat, jacket, shirt. So we've got the jacket, shirt, pants. I assume I'll be able to find more stuff along the way. Conceptualization +1, suggestion -1. So these are bonuses from whatever I have equipped. What is this? These are my different skills, I think. Okay. Interesting. I'm sure there's ways to... Oh, experience to level up here. Okay, good. This is a green shoe, left foot. I'll take it. I don't think there was any bonuses there. What's this? Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Empty cassette case. Price 50 cents. Item gained, empty cassette tape. I wonder if I can use that for something. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Alright, I believe I've entered... Ooh, what's this?
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Savoy 4, grab the tie, 58%. Let's stop the fan first.
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Yeah, 92%.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie, with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Alright, I'm leaving. Okay, I have +1 for Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life. So, yep. I'll take it. It's a start. Alright, so I want to go out on the balcony and look for my shoe. What's this? There's something on the table. 40 cents. Yeah, why not? It's there, it's mine. Alright, there's a door here. I'm hoping this is out to the balcony. A gusty, briny wind washes over you. There's my other shoe. Take all. Item gained.
There they both are. 2 identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like 2 baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
So +1 to composure, -1 to savoir faire. -1 from my flare-cut trousers, -1 from my green-skin snake shoes. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. Alright. Good to know. Alright, so... tasks. Active, done. Yep, alright. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. I guess I'll go back inside. There's someone here.
Hello, officer.
The calendar says it's March. The year is 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Classe, Miss Orange Disco Dancer.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Turn your bloated face away from her and just keep walking, or officer, am I military personnel?
No.
She seems perplexed by your question. Then why did you call me an
Because
officer?
you're a police officer, sir.
She pulls her cigarette. You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
And what business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Suggestion, 3%. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Yeah, no. We're not gonna make a pass at her. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She raises an eyebrow. The cigarette sizzles.
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
I might not know where I am, or who I am, or what a Cooper's Kanema is, how I know what one sounds like.
She nods.
But I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my case?
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
And why didn't you just tell me that?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Fair. Yeah, I should get going now.
Of course.
She
Be
puts
careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
But what if I don't want to ask questions?
You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask questions.
Wait, I have some questions before you go.
Yes.
Tell me, is it 51 now?
It's 51.
Oh, what century?
The current century?
And what's that? What number?
Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
What's so funny?
You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Where exactly is here? Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Okay, so I know I'm from Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Disgraced former capital of the world divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. If it was the capital of the world, how are there foreigners to occupy it? Seems, yeah, maybe a rebellion. Half a century after a failed world revolution. She is central to our moment in time. Should that mean something to
You
me?
sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier, another part of the world.
What is it that they have against the police here?
The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
Your room is next to mine. Did you hear anything? Is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last night?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
She nods towards room 3. Loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
She raises an eyebrow, waiting for the name to connect with you.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on, all right.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
What was I singing this?
Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
That's so me. What did I do? Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything
There
else?
was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Okay, you can go now.
Glad to have been of assistance.
That door is locked. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Okay, nothing to worry about there. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. I have no idea if I said that right. But I can't pick it up. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Interesting. Going downstairs. Summer door closed for the winter. This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Well, my soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
What should I sing when it comes to it?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Of course. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with
Serves
that one.
them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic, small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Get a hold of a sad song on tape. New task. All right. Let's check out this stuff. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Inside, you catch a glimpse of union paraphernalia, a strike poster, and some red pendants. A sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 1600. The door is bolted. A sign reads, Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Ste Koaris Skua.
What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Right, leave. What's this? Nosafed. Health item gained. I'll take it. What's this going on?
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. All right. This royal pinball machine is unplugged.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
Kim Kitsuragi?
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct
Kitsuragi.
57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Conceptualization, invent a name for yourself. Do I want to do that? Medium.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
It's so cool. It's very cool, but won't I come off like a douche if I call myself that? It's very, very cool, but maybe just a bit too ostentatious. Or, my name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. Yeah.
No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop. Say it.
I guess I have to say it.
Yes, well,
He doesn't even process what you just said, just moves on.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
Fair enough.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You mean him? Nod toward the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to
If you
him.
don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
But I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Let's get going
After
then.
you, officer.
So 2 more tasks.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Wait, shouldn't I have a badge? Check your
You
pockets.
mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hang on, there was something over here.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes, clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Yeah, so a kingdom built on homophobia. Yeesh.
The contemporary period stands still. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
The
You
lieutenant
run this place.
The lieutenant glances into his little notebook.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
I'm currently in between names.
Fantastic.
Kim is about to say something, let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Right, questions, I got this. No, I'm good, pass on the questions. Right then, questions, I got
His
this.
face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
I mean, I think we could have determined that without the history lesson. Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. I could bother him more with that. Didn't go well. Mystery solved.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. I don't think this character is a feminist, unfortunately. I think this character is quite rooted in the thinking of his surroundings. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree, who did you mean by they?
People are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is saying that?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this
I would
man?
suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
That's all.
Let's go.
Task complete. Interview cafeteria manager. 30 experience gained. So, task list. Sing karaoke. We don't need to do that right away. Inspect victim's body. Report your badge missing. Who made the call reporting the crime? Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. So, found shoe, interviewed cafeteria manager. We're 40 points short of a level up. Alright,
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's real? Savoy 4, medium 10, slip away unnoticed. 42%. I don't owe you shit. I'm just gonna be combative.
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me money.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
I'm gonna avoid homophobia. Sounded like extortion to me.
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just give me the money.
But what exactly is funny? You're under arrest. What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
But what exactly is money?
What are you, brain damaged?
Since I woke up, I'm having trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of
Money
reality.
is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
The man wants to say something, then thinks better of it. Good luck. All right.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near? South, maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
I have only a vague blackened image.
A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Can I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Lonesome Long Way Home. I'm going to +1 encyclopedia. Yeah, I'm gonna internalize it. And it's gonna research time 6 hours, 5 minutes. Let's rewind, trace your drunken steps back home, jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here, Fall over, get up, get off the asphalt in 20 minutes, shuffle your feet through the courtyard, scaring little children, go under the great raised motor track, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there and your footprints in the mud. Okay. So I think researching that I hope it will give me more information. Also, can talk on the radio. So, will she have more to say now?
Hello, sweetie.
The elderly lady turns to you with a smile.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie, look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
That stupid dimple has only brought me suffering. Thanks, I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Esprit de Corps. How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Kim, of course, I forgot I had you. I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why, 3 heads are better than 2?
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool
But
in the
no.
30s.
Disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Her eyes are filled with light reflected off those gilded years when the city seemed full of
Much has
hostility.
changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners.
There's a pause. She studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am. Spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning, buying is voting.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What is the revolution you
A
mentioned?
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
So how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
You seem to be in the
Yes,
chair.
dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
A grenade. Did you fight in a war? I'm sorry, it was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
I am not gonna ask her for money, so I gotta go now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. Alright, so, let's just check in. Get a reality low down, pay for damages. So that's on the radio, that's on the radio, that's on the radio. Inspect the victim's body and sing karaoke, so I haven't done that yet. What's this? Kind green ape pen. A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes, a kind expression adorning its face. It seems to be meditating. I could sell it or keep it. Nope, can't equip it. Because you can hold items left and right. I have my keys. Key to room number 1. Alright, so I wasn't expecting this game to have kind of that, irreverent sense of humor, which is really exciting to me, so I'm excited to keep playing this, but I'm gonna take a break for now. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoy my content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.